Hello and welcome to Education at SSBJ online video tutorials. We were in chapter number 17 of class 8, stars and the solar system. In the previous videos, we have discussed the answers of some of the exercise questions of this chapter. We'll continue with the remaining questions. Now the next question is question number 8. Name the largest planet of the solar system. This answer is very simple. It's Jupiter. Right? So largest planet is Jupiter. So Jupiter is the fifth planet. Right? And largest among the planets of the solar system. And this is named by a Roman god. Right? The Jupiter is name of the Roman god, and that he is the god of sky and thunder, like we have Indra. Right? In the same way, so Romans had in their mythological stories that god of thunder and lightning, okay, of the sky is Jupiter. So there are many stories which could follow. The volume of this Jupiter, if you compare to the Earth, is 1321 times greater than that of Earth. And if you can measure the surface area of this, it is 120 times that of our Earth. So it is the biggest planet in the solar system. So but what you have to write here is name the largest planet of the solar system. The largest planet of the solar system is Jupiter, only this much. This is some extra information which I have given, right? Next question, question number 9. What is constellation? And name any two constellations. Well, we have already studied about the constellation and seen the different constellations which are seen in the sky. There are 88 constellations which are named by our ancestors, and 12 of those constellations are taken as a zodiac signs. We call them rashis, right? Such as Leo, right? So there are 12 such constellations. Now when you look at the sky, you will find many of the stars which are spread all over the sky, and they are not close to each other as how they see. Okay, they are far away from each other. So there are many stars they resemble like this. But sometimes what happens, some of those stars, they appear in such a way we could relate them to some of the mythological stories which we have read. And that's exactly as happened to our ancestors. So the star group, though they are not close to each other, but they appear they are very close to each other. They are in a recognizable shape. For example, this particular shape they could compare with a shape of a mythological character, Hunter. So they called this as Orion. Right? Like that, 88 such groups were being named. So these are called constellations, and therefore constellation is group of stars, okay, and they are not close to each other, they appear close to each other, and they form a recognizable pattern identified with a mythological character, and therefore the answer to the question is constellation is a group of stars forming a recognizable pattern identified with a mythological characters. Now second part of the question is name any two constellations, and you can give out of 88 constellations any of the two constellations, such as Ursa Major, and this Ursa Major is also called as a Big Dipper. Okay, let me tell you why it is called Big Dipper. And this another name, Indian name of this Ursa Major is Sapta Rishi Mandala. Okay, and a second can be, Orion. Orion is a hunter constellation, or you can give another name of the constellation such as Cassiopeia. So every constellation has has a story behind it, either in Roman mythology or any other mythological stories such as Indian or Greek. Right? This is what the answer is. Next question, question number 10. Draw sketches to show the relative positions of prominent stars in the Ursa Major and Orion. Right? So now we have to draw stars which are in this Ursa Major and Orion constellation. Now we need to be a little bit careful here, because a slight deformation of the constellations you may not get the mark. So let me try to draw now Ursa Major constellation, right? And remember, Ursa Major constellation, so you can draw a star like this here, one star and another star here. So initially you have to draw 4 stars, which makes almost looking like a rectangle, right? So these 2 stars are far away, and the stars which are at the bottom are little closer, right? So this can be, so you have to draw a straight line here, right? And next star is straight upward, and then one more star. Look at this, don't make mistake here. So this will be straight, and then next star is slightly downward, bit far here. So this is what is Ursa Major constellation. Now this Ursa Major constellation is also called by the name Big Dipper constellation. So why it is called by the name Big Dipper constellation? Because it looks like a huge spoon. You can use it as a dipper to dip in water and drink. Now in India, this constellation, this group of stars is named, our ancestors have named this constellation as Sapta Rishi Mandala. Sapta Rishi Mandala, which means there are 7 great sages which are located in the form of stars. So we have 7 stars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and each star is named after 7 sages. Kashyapa, Atri, Vasishtha, Vishwamitra, Gautama, and then Jamadagni, Bharadwaj. Okay, so these are the names of these 7 sages. So every culture has imagined this particular constellation in their own way. The another name of this constellation is a Great Bear. So for some it looked like a bear, which is a mythological characters. It's difficult for us to imagine how it looks like a bear unless we just draw a kind of structure here. Let me try. So now we may assume that this may be their imagination, right, which could look like a bear in these constellations. Now this constellation will be moving around the star called pole star. Okay, so therefore the alignment of this constellation will change in the sky. Now next one is Orion. Orion constellation or Hunter constellation has three belt. This is the belt in the center, which is a belt of that hunter. Meaning of Orion is hunter. So sometimes they take one more star here. So if you can join, this will look like someone, you know, with, so you can imagine a hand here and then a folded legs sitting, right? So this is what imagination of the Romans. So the constellation is Orion, right, or Hunter constellation. Now you need not draw these figures which are drawn outside the sketch. You have to draw only the inside one, right? This is how we have to draw it, but carefully look at this. There should not be any deformation in the structure. So this is a sure shot question where you can all practice and secure marks. Name two objects other than planets which are a member of solar system. To answer this, you should know what are the members of the solar system. We have already covered this portion. However, if you can go through the first question itself of this NCERT textbook, it tells you that which of the following is not a member of solar system. Even this is a kind of similar question. For both of the questions we require same type of information. And what is that information? That is, what does our solar system consists of? Our solar system consists of our star, the sun, then the planets, all 8 planets from Mercury to Neptune, and then moons, that is what is called satellite, and millions of asteroids, and then comets, meteors. Now all these together called solar system. And therefore the question for us is, name two objects other than the planets which are the member of solar system. So we have to exclude this, right? We should not include this, we have to exclude this. And other than that, we can very well take an example of asteroids and comets. So our answer can be, or even the meteors. So our answer can be, you know, comets or even meteors or even asteroids. Okay, they have mentioned only two objects. So it's a very short answer question with the information of having understood what the solar system consists of. Right. Now next question is question number 12. Explain how you can locate pole star with the help of Ursa Major. Now this is very interesting question, and you have to draw a diagram for this question, and that will get you good impression of your explanation. So diagram is very important, right? Now for that, you know, you should have information about what is Ursa Major and what is pole star. About this we have already know that this is also called a Big Dipper as well as a Great Bear and even Sapta Rishi Mandala. Okay, so Sapta Rishi Mandala, which means the group of 7 sages. Okay, now how will you draw this? Remember that in the sky, the group of few of the stars which are in a recognizable shape are called constellation, and one such constellation is Ursa Major. Now if you can draw this constellation, for example, I am going to draw it here. This is one star, this is another star, and two stars which are here, right? So you can make this as a almost a rectangle, and then you have to proceed in this direction. Here one more star, and there one more star, and then suddenly you have to go for another star which is bit far away. And if you can draw this line here, right, this is what is Ursa Major or Big Dipper, Great Bear and Saptarshi Mandala. Now if you can draw a imaginary line in the direction of first two, so this is the one star, another star, and if you can draw the imaginary line, and that will meet a star which is not so bright, okay, and this is very near to the horizon, and therefore to witness this star you need to be on the top of your roof or any high place where the horizon is completely clear without any trees and all. So if you can locate this Ursa Major, this is the way you can draw an imaginary line and it meets with a star which is called Polaris, okay, or it's a pole star, right? Now sometimes this will not appear like this will keep moving around the pole star. You will find most of the stars, all the stars will be moving around the pole star, right? We'll come to that concept a little later again in the same video. So you will find this in a different way. You may even find, okay, somewhere on the top, like one star will be somewhere here, another star will be somewhere here, and then third and fourth, and all remaining stars are 1, 2 and then 3. So this can be sometimes a shape of that star, and here if you draw this line it will meet here. So you have to understand that this constellation will be revolving around this particular star, okay. So if you can draw this diagram or this diagram, that's enough for the answer as far as this question is concerned, right? So diagram is very important for this question. So I can show you a photograph of that. This is what, okay. So this is in a different shape here, right? Both the diagrams are correct because this is moving, okay. You can leave this constellation, it's a minor constellation, show only the pole star, right? This is also called a North Star as well as Polaris. Now next, question number 30. Do all stars in the sky move? Explain. Well, all the stars and every celestial body in the universe are in motion, or we can say are in relative motion. Everything is moving, right? But as far as Earth is concerned, suppose if this is the Earth, right, and this is the axis of rotation of the Earth, and if it rotates in this way, right, so this is the Earth and this is the axis of rotation of the Earth. You all know that Earth is slightly tilted when it rotates, okay. So it will be rotating. When the Earth rotates, then the faraway stars appears as if they are rotating in an opposite direction, right? Like how when we travel in the bus we see that trees are moving in opposite direction, though they are still, they are at one particular place, relatively at rest, okay. They are also moving because the entire Earth is moving, but it appears that as if they are moving in an opposite direction. Same way, when the Earth is moving in its axis, you will find the stars is moving in opposite direction. There is one star which is located exactly on the top, of the axis of rotation. Right? It is as if, like, you can imagine that you are holding an umbrella and there are many holes all over, and there is one hole which is on the top here, and if you rotate this either this direction or this direction, you will find opposite, these things will be rotating around, right? Or if you yourself rotate without rotating the stick, you will find these things will be rotating in a different direction, keeping this umbrella without rotation. But except this small hole, because it is right below, above your head, so that will not rotate. Exactly in the same way, this star will not be seen rotating. So this question is asking about the concept of why this pole star not appear moving when all other stars are moving. So what is your answer should be? Do all the stars in the sky move? You have to say no. Why? Because all the stars do not move in the sky, but actually they move. Okay, but it is the apparent motion here, how we see, right? The pole star is located above the axis of rotation of the earth in the north direction. Okay, so we have, this is the direction north and pole star is here and it's rotating in this way. Thus it appears stationary at that point, at a point in the sky. It does not move in the sky. All other stars in the sky appear to move from east to west. And why it appears to move from east to west? Because our earth moves from west to east. Okay, so all the stars including sun appear to move from east to west. We say sunrise and sunset. Right? Thank you very much.